What's up, everybody? Welcome back to your favorite wrestling podcast. It is the Monday Night Wave, baby. And we back. We back with another one of them things. Our special Backlash episode, live and direct. But let's get the intros out the way. I go by Jay, a.k.a. The Lonely One, a.k.a. Pod Breaker, Podson Reed, Pod Man Page, Pod Will Jacob Friedman, because I pod better than you, and you know it. Mr. Respected Jumper. 2 times, if I might add. 2 times, if I might add. But I wouldn't be nothing without my team, my co-hosts. The illustrious Mega Trios are back in the building as well. Mr. Oracle, would you please lead us off?
It's your boy, the third Mike, the OTC, the other co-host, the truth sayer, the clairvoyant one, the foreseer of the Monday Night Wave. It is the Quentin Miller of the WWE Writing Room. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, DT. What's happening?
He is an unpredictable soul. He is the Sultan of Pretty. He is the future fortune of Chances Allure. He is Leon Sweets, and I am him. And this is a very special episode, not only because it's Backlash, but it's because it's episode 69. So we're going to get a little sexy here. And this is the inaugural episode.
I tried to skip over it.
The Monday Night Wave Slow Jams and Dedications. And I'm going to start off by reading one of these dedications from one of our fans. Dear Sharkeisha, come on home, girl. I didn't mean to throw that bowl of tapioca pudding at your grandma. It just slipped out of my hands. But I can't let you slip out of my hands, girl. I'm sorry. Love, Reggie. And like he said, the Triangle Mega Powers is back, and the powers are just so triangular. Some people call it a menage a trois. I call it Monday Night Wave.
Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus, bro. I knew it. I tried to skip over. Well, it's funny because I was going to start telling people what episode we're on in the beginning of the episode anyway. That way people know. So I guess why not start here? Episode 69, people. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Monday Night Wave for episode 69.
Shout out to all the freaky ass niggas in the 69 gods.
And if you're listening to this is recorded on Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day, and hopefully you guys all have a blessed 69.
Oh, baby.
Oh, my God. Okay. Getting that out the way, people. News. First off, like I said before, happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy to, all the mothers out there. Y'all doing your thing. Shout out to, all y'all. Y'all putting a lot of work. I know my mom was putting, she had a head case dealing with me and my brother. So, shout out to all y'all. Y'all got any shout outs y'all want to give to the moms out there? Anybody?
There's nothing I like more than a good MILF. A respectable one, a nice one that takes care of her kids and her man. Shout out to all the mothers out there, the single ones and the taken. Y'all keep doing your job because the world is hard. Keep it too sweet.
I can't even shout out my mom after that. That's insane. I can't do it. So, wow. I got nothing. I can't, bro. That's insane.
Definitely insane. All right, new segment. Real quick. In non-light news, we want to send condolences and prayers to the family of Sabu. Rest in peace to Sabu. All right. ECW legend. Probably one of the few wrestlers when I started watching, I really started seeing something different. Because when they came and did the whole ECW and WWE, and that man went over there was jumping off ropes, jumping off chairs, the king of extreme. And we used to do that shit outside and jump off the fences and shit. So Sabu was highly critical in my view of seeing wrestling in a different light. It wasn't just the standard WWE way, and then watching them do this whole extreme shit was as a 12-year-old kid, that was like phenomenal to me.
I could see why you would shout your mom out if you was fucking jumping off the fences and in the porch and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially yeah. 3 boys, 4 boys, tripping. Yeah. Y'all was doing too much.
I wonder if I can tell the story. I think I can. We was moving out of like an apartment. So you move out, like you just it's completely empty, right? We used this moment to throw the biggest fucking Royal Rumble match in one of the rooms. We sat there and I'm talking beating the dog shit out of each other. F5s, Samoan drops. We left a hole in the wall before we moved out.
Ooh, she needed that security deposit. I know y'all got your ass beat. Line them up.
Like we was in there just having a ball, and then that one thump, boom, and niggas start like trying to like piece it to the wall, and the shit's just falling. It's like you can't puzzle this wall back together, nigga. This shit it's GG's, bro. Yeah, we definitely did that, and it was all WWE's fault. That whole "don't try this at home" thing, nah, we didn't listen to that at all.
Now that we're far enough away from this, they got a statute of limitations. I can tell this story. I definitely lied to my mom about how I broke the bunk bed. I said that I was going up too fast on the ladder and sat down, and it cracked. Well, that's not what happened. I definitely rock bottomed my little brother. And it snapped the frame. And she was at work. I was let me see, make sure I get the math right. 7, 11. Yeah. So I was 12 and my brother was 5.
Damn. Lightweight. I'm tossing.
Boom. Yeah. And it cracked. And yeah. Luckily I was able to convince my brother to shut the fuck up. I think that was the only time he ever not told on me. I had to I had to gaslight him and told him that he broke the bed. So
yeah,
and it was definitely me.
Fuck. Yeah, we didn't listen. I didn't listen at all. Nah. I seen my cousin get powerbombed in my grandma's front yard, straight on like grass, bro. Like hard.
Damn.
You were watching somebody get the wind knocked out of him through a powerbomb is crazy. And we don't know shit about like, hey, tuck your chin or nothing like that. And nah, bro.
Nope.
That he left a crater in the dirt like he was Yamcha. And my older cousin looked at me like he wanted to go next. And I looked at him like, nigga, you out your damn mind. My mom would whoop your ass if I get powerbombed to this bitch. You about to do me like this, nigga. Fuck no.
Oh, shit.
So shout out to Sabu. And that walk down memory lane.
Shout out to all the moms.
For sure.
Boys,
shout out to all the moms.
Boys that love the rough house.
I can only imagine now. This is probably nuts. We saw that this week that Willow's contract's coming up. I don't think anybody here is expecting Willow to go anywhere. I think the reports also came back that she's likely probably going to sign back with AEW. This is the one that like a lot of the fans was like, Tony, I don't care how much you got to spend, give her the goddamn bag. She deserves it. She's fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. Especially if we giving Okada that much money. I'm saying Willow.
Damn. We pocket watching? We pocket
I'm just
watching?
saying how it is, man. I'm just saying how it is. All right. If Okada got a bag, give Willow the bag for sure. Also, shout out to E. E yesterday was shouting out the women and how like the ageism and like in the industry and bigging them up. So shout out to E for that, and also shout out to Big E for getting engaged. Right, like he's getting married. I think we let off some jokes where like I wonder what Kofi and Woods is gonna think about this.
They better be at the fucking wedding too. I want to see pictures
for sure.
But I want to see pictures though. Like, yeah.
Oh, you want to see them together?
Yeah, bro, I get it. Storyline, but like, I want to see them niggas up there, groomsmen, best man. I want to see that.
Keep kayfabe alive, baby. Don't post a single picture.
And if they do it, I want to see them do it in the way of like them like jokingly talking about like the food at the wedding, or like, you know, just being heels, but in like a respectable manner at the wedding. The seats where they're sitting at, you know, he don't care about us. Look where we sitting, the table, maybe.
Shit, Dom got booed at his own wedding.
That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
We found out on Backlash that Night of Champions is coming back. This is a show in Saudi. We was waiting for it. We was waiting for which show was going to be the Saudi show, and it's here. But that's a stacked month for June. You got Worlds Collide, you got Money in the Bank beginning of June, and then they end the month of June with Night of Champions in Saudi. Thoughts?
Yeah,
appearances?
You know who won't be a champion that night?
Who?
CM Punk, nigga. He is not finna be there.
They showed him in the ad. I'm just throwing it out there. He was in the ad.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked.
I too will be shocked if he shows up there.
Yeah, Punk should.
He was just calling it blood money.
He was blood money covered.
Yeah,
Chaboy.
Roman is scheduled to return around that time, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did or not.
Hold on. Are you gonna talk like this the whole pod? Is that the gimmick?
Oh, baby.
This nigga the fucking Kool-Aid man. All right.
No, that's crazy. This nigga called him a Kool-Aid man. Is grape Kool-Aid?
Yeah, for him, yeah. It's a Kool-Aid Tampico collab.
Like a mixture.
That is great.
All right, so yeah, Roman was scheduled to come back. I was expecting Goldberg. You know, I thought he was gonna pop up last night. He did not. I'm interested in seeing how this one like shapes out of who's gonna like be there. When's the Saturday night main event? When is that? I thought they were advertising that too.
I believe it's later this month.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Because it's on the same day as Double or Nothing. We did talk about that. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the show. Talk about Backlash real quick.
Before we get to the show, I got another one. Aisha, this is Wade. I just wanted to say I really enjoyed our date at the wrestling show. I had a blast. I have a hard time with words, but all I can say is, like LeBron James, you're a book I never want to finish. Hope to see you soon. Wade.
We gotta get these like printed out and put on like Hallmark cards for like Valentine's Day. This can be like merch. Put that on a cup. Before we get into Backlash, I got a question. What happened to Logan versus Jay? I thought that was supposed to be on the card.
No, that's
that Saturday night main event.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was definitely on the card. I thought I saw like graphics for it too, and I was like, were they not supposed to be wrestling? But if it's pushed till Saturday, that makes sense too. All right,
you know Logan gotta rehearse his match first. You need
crazy.
time, nigga. What?
That's true. It's definitely true. Show kicks off with a fatal 4-way. Jacob Fatu, Drew, Damian Priest, LA Knight. I don't think anybody was expecting this one to flop. I would have been surprised if anybody had like low expectations for this, and they performed. This match was fire. Like, I like the whole idea of everybody found their rivals off rip, you know, their immediate opponents, and kind of particularly stayed that way throughout the entire match. Everybody was kind of focused on who was coming after them rather than like, you know, switching between Jacob and Priest and whatnot. I I will say this. Once again, somebody needs to arrest Wade for the yada I means. I can't do it. I can't. It kills me.
I think he hit
convinced.
this one better than the first one.
Yeah. I'm convinced he went to Jacob and like asked him, "Hey, how do I say this?" And Jacob was like, "Ya da da mean, ya da da mean." And then he said, "Say it faster, ya da da mean." And he said it faster, ya da da mean. And, I guarantee you that's how it went. They had a whole conversation about it.
Also, this man Jacob Fatu no selling the belly to belly off the top rope was insane. But this nigga's a monster. That shit was so fucking hard.
He didn't no sell it. He countered it into a swanton because the man has lore.
This whole episode, I'm going to figure out some way to break the voice. I'm going to figure out some way to get this nigga to stop doing the voice. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's going to be something.
You still have all the power.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Noted. We got like, what did y'all overall thoughts of the match feel like? What were some of y'all favorite spots? Like, how do we feel?
I liked that each wrestler had like their moment to get all they shit off versus everybody. Like the start of the match, LA Knight, it was LA Knight heavy. And then I think it went immediately to Priest, and then it went to Jacob, and then it went to Drew, and then back to Jacob. So like everybody had a chance to like get their shit off on everybody. It was real dope to see. Jacob just he just stands out in a crowd, bro. Like,
yep.
Just call it what it is. Like everybody in there,
the swag is
everybody in there was working. Like they all showed up, but he was just different. He
seems like he got his cardio in check. He's he looked great. Everyone looked great, and I have to agree with DT. When everyone was getting their shit in, I was like, ooh, nice.
I can't deal with this nigga today, bro. I really can't. I really can't.
I can break the voice, but I still have more dedications. So
this nigga, he sound like he sell Avon. He like the first man to sell Avon over here. Jesus Christ.
I also enjoy that there wasn't that many weapons. We got 2 table spots, which there's reports that Drew might have gotten hurt. It looked like his head wasn't protected by the table.
He definitely knocked the fuck out of his head. He immediately like wrapped his head when he got like south of heaven off the audio equipment, which was a dope spot too. The fact that they did go like, through the crowd and do their spot was dope. We see that we get some work from Solo. Solo interferes, saves the pin from LA Knight getting the win or getting the title, and he's not alone. We see the debut of Jeff Cobb in the WWE world, and it was so confusing to me.
Samoan adjacent. That was the word. Adjacent. He's Samoan adjacent.
I was so confused because Jeff Cobb is not Samoan, and I was like, huh. But then I thought about the aspect of like Solo picking up another like hitman so that Jacob can be the babyface, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to not boo Jacob. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, so you got to feel.
And then on SmackDown, he was talking about like how he needs more soldiers and whatnot. So him recruiting somebody else would seem like it was kind of part of the plan. It's a little unfortunate because I believe that if Reed wasn't hurt, this would have been Bronson Reed's spot. But, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm giving him a migraine. I'll talk normal. I'll talk normal, you guys.
keep going.
I just want to stay in character for a show. Just one show.
So, Jeff Cobb looks like he's joining the not bloodline anymore, becoming a right-hand man to Solo. What do we do for, like, what does this do for Solo? I remember, DT, you said you had some thoughts on, like, where they're going with Solo or what you think they're doing with Solo. Like, what's your thoughts on the plan here?
So, I, it's not that I necessarily think that they like. I don't. I don't know what the plans are, but what I will say is, this is their way of bringing Solo back up, because obviously we know he was the tribal chief for 8 months. He was doing his thing. He was rocking. He loses to Roman. Jacob. They tried to hold Jacob back as much as they could, and then it was just a wrap. He started talking. It was a wrap. So they had to figure out a way to keep the equity in Solo, and there was a lot of people, you included, myself, and like a lot of the people on the internet, especially like the Bloodline fans or whatever, the Fatu family, Anawai family fans. They were like, "Damn! So like, what does this mean for Solo? Like, would it like they just pushing Solo to the side after all of that work?" This is their way of allowing Solo's character to maintain stability in what he was, and show that he is still, in Solo's mind, the de facto leader of whatever this group is, since it's not technically the Bloodline at this point. Obviously, a couple weeks ago, Solo came out and said that if it wasn't for him, Jacob wouldn't have been the champion. He brought Tama Tonga, he brought Tonga Loa, he did like, so he had that moment of trying to like remind the WWE universe that like he's the one pulling the strings. And obviously that was a moment for Jacob to be like, nah, I did this shit by myself. Well, we're now seeing the official power struggle between them, which we know is going to culminate in a match.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate them doing this for Solo's character. There was too much work built in over the last 2 years of him being on the main roster.
Absolutely.
For him to get pushed to the side like that, even though we know Jacob is fired. So, yeah.
I think Solo should be the one who checks Jacob.
Pins him?
I think that's who I would want. I want Solo to be the one to do it. Whether it's probably not going to be clean, but like that would kind of solidify the backtracking that they've done with Solo for a little bit. But yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing where this goes. We still got, Tama and Tonga are both still out, so you still got them coming back and whatnot. And I could be mistaken. Wasn't Bronson also part of what they were doing over there?
Only for the
War Games.
War Games. Right? War Games. Yeah.
So
only for the War Games.
That's what I was saying. Is like, in theory, like that would have been a nice thread, a nice tie-in if it would have been Bronson that showed back up, because they did pair together in November. But obviously he's injured right now, and they probably thought that this would be the best thing to make Jeff Cobb a heater for the Prince Chief, or whatever we call Solo now.
For those who don't know, Jeff Cobb is a phenomenal wrestler. Jeff Cobb really knows how to get down. He's way more agile than like what you may think. If I don't think I have a true like comparison of what he is, but like WWE fans are in for some shit, especially if y'all like, the way Jacob Fatu work and whatnot. Not saying that's the same, but Jeff Cobb can really throw down. He got some shit in the tank for sure.
I would like to see how he works in this particular system. I have seen him do a few matches in AEW, and then I also seen him in Lucha Underground, which I feel like his Lucha Underground run was extremely entertaining and fascinating to watch, especially based on his size and his agility and whatnot. But yeah, I feel like we gotta. I'm not ready to like throw all the praises to his name or anything. I know he is a hot free agent. But yeah, I want to see how he works in the system once he gets accumulated into it.
Yeah, I think that's for sure. Next match was Becky versus Lyra for the IC. I thought this was a solid match. I thought this shit was fucking dope. There's one spot I didn't like, but we'll talk about that when we get there. But overall, like, Lyra got to get off some of her technical prowess. Like, there's a lot of moves that was in Lyra's bag that I did not know that she had in her bag. and I was really, really surprised by that. Becky was doing what she did as far as like selling the heel role. Some parts of me is like a little too much, like, and it's just her just being her. But overall, I thought this match was fucking fire. I have nothing like too crazy critical to say about it.
Yeah, I thought the match was fire. Also, I said that I thought the match was going to be good from the get go. I didn't know it was going to be this long, but I'm glad that they got time. And by the end of it, like Lyra, I feel like she won the crowd over with not only her wrestling ability and showing off these different techniques, but just being able to hang with Becky for that long and being able to kick out of 3-man handle slams and all the other close 2-count spots that we got. I feel like it's taken its time. She's still going to be Bird Lady probably for another couple months, but I feel like the last month or so she's slowly been gathering the crowd. Like people are starting to do the woos to the song and shit. So yeah, I think she's starting to get over. And I was surprised with the winner. I'm not mad at it. Actually, I think it helps further the storyline, especially if Becky goes more crazy. It looked like Lyra got hit really hard at the end because she was holding her nose. So we might see her with the LeBron mask. Hopefully not. But I thought the match was solid. The ladies did their damn thing for sure.
Yeah, she definitely I think she probably has like a broken nose. I think towards the end of their match, her shit was looking a little ka-chow, a little Owen Wilson-ness. But it was kind of crazy. The spot I had an issue with is that Becky takes the turnbuckle pad off, right? And we see the most hyper-aware ref ever. Fucking no, fuck that shit entirely. Well, that I ain't never shot at a ref, and I'm not gonna start today. But god damn it, man. No, nigga. You ain't never seen a ref go and get the pad, put the pad back on, and be distracted for the pin. Fuck out of here.
Listen, we see refs be distracted for the pin, but I think the way that it played out was very purposeful. Oh, because she hit because she drew her into the turnbuckle, but she didn't hit the actual metal when she hit the second one, thus giving Jessica now Jessica sees it, and then Becky was trying to then do the same spot in front of Jessica. She's like, "Nah, there's a fucking thing right there. Let me go fix this," and then it sets up the bullshit. But I think it was done very purposefully.
That shit irritated the living shit out of me.
Shout out to Ring IQ.
Manner. I'm not like mad.
Yeah.
No.
Ring IQ and common sense. You love to see it.
No.
She heard
absolutely awful, yo.
Tried to fix the turnbuckle, heard a bump, turned around, was like, "Oh, here, let me count. Let me do my job." Instead of there being a bump while you're like 10 feet away and you don't recognize that there's a bump. Nah.
We ain't never seen that shit happen.
Yeah, it's called being smart. I thoroughly enjoyed the match for all the same reasons that y'all listed. Like that is how, and this is not a shot. That is how you put someone over. It isn't necessarily about just losing the match to someone either. Lyra looked formidable. Becky sold the moves. Even when, even in Becky's like heel tactics and actions, like everything about this rivalry, except for the part where she basically took Bayley's spot, has been fire. All of the post-match shenanigans. This is how you put somebody over. Like it like pretty much like Hero said. Yeah, she's probably been Bird Lady for a while, and even during this show, she came out with the wings. Like you can't keep saying you don't want people to call you Bird Lady, but then you keep coming out with wings. So either you gotta.
Well, she just wants to be more than Bird Lady. She just wants to be more like call her by her name. It's her.
She's getting elevated. So it's happening. Yeah. She's getting elevated. It's a shame that WWE couldn't seem to do this with Zelina Vega. So yeah, I think this is how you elevate a mid card. This is how you elevate a wrestler and get eyes on them. And then also shout out to her mans. Word is he is the fastest completionist of Elden Ring in the United States history.
Jesus.
That
I mean, and he's a former wrestler too. I think. I believe.
I think still.
I think he might still wrestle. I'm not sure.
I think he still is a wrestler.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's hard to it looks more like the Elden Ring thing than he does the wrestler part. But
I ain't never seen the internet. It all in unison was like,
that's your
man. Even I said that.
That's so fucked up, nigga. Could you imagine? You get on TV for the first time, and the whole world's like, "That's who you with? That's your man." Nigga.
And it's not.
What?
It's no
Nightmare
disrespect
fuel.
to him, like in the terms of like he couldn't bag her and then like that. It's just like I didn't expect him to look nerdy. That's it. So shout out to the nerds. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
crazy.
We in here, bro.
Yeah, no,
we in here, bro. That's all.
The whole world.
He was like, "Wait, that's your man?
Wait, that's who you with?" And you know how niggas get disrespectful, bro. They be
he's
like,
"No, I got a shot." Yeah,
it's like, hey, yo, relax, bro. Relax, yo.
Yeah,
that's
that shit was
crazy.
Hit you
That's
with the
insane.
They hit you with the. Are you happy though? Like,
can he fight? I know he can't fight. Like, that's when all the disrespects are happening. Like, bro, don't get fucked up. Like, relax. Overall, though, did enjoy the match. I did like the post-match shenanigans where she's like, you know, trying to break her arm and whatnot. Like, the finish with the roll-up bothers me, but that's because I hate roll-ups. But I also think that was in position because of maybe she did really injure her nose. To where let's just figure out a quick finish to kind of like, you know, get you out. Yeah, I'm interested in seeing where this goes. I'm surprised that there was no Bayley. But now we're on this is now a month with no Bayley, right?
No. Pretty much. I mean, because we last saw her the week before Mania, or you know that Friday, which was what
before
April
Mania.
8th,
so yeah,
April 17th or something like that, or April 18th.
Yeah,
so it's about almost
under a little bit.
Almost a month.
I do expect Bayley to pop in at some point to kind of like, you know, be the babyface against Becky, but maybe that's also not the case because like, hey, we want to elevate Lyra. Maybe in this particular moment, the focus is getting Lyra to be, you know, that next up and coming, you know, top tier woman in the division. Dom versus Penta, IC. Now, my boy had that shit on out there in the ice blue, Sub-Zero blue, LBC blue over there, and I was fucking with it.
Smooth operator, yes. Shit was fire.
Jesus Christ. This match though, Dom showed the fuck out. The singles title run, Dom. My first note was, when Dom contract ran out, that's big bag, big money over there.
That's the first thought.
First thought, big money over here. Dom is
respect.
Lock that motherfucker in, bro. He did this spot where it was like the diving out the ropes DDT.
Yeah,
see? Heat. Yeah,
yeah.
But you can only do that with motherfuckers who know how to like sell that kind of move too, which is like Penta's like the perfect person to have in that position. And I was like, oh, he's acting out. He's like, I am a luchador. I still got it. I got the same shit.
The best luchador because he ain't got to wear a mask because he ain't ugly.
He like, I got the moveset in the tuck. I just couldn't do this with, you know, homie over here. And he proved to me that like, okay, it was solid. The WrestleMania reaction though didn't carry over. There wasn't a lot of people cheering.
No,
he was still like,
dude, he was getting dual chants. There was Pentacon, Dirty Dom. We were getting dirty Dom, like saying, bro,
he's and then
these last couple months
they
like
popped.
Yeah,
when
like
when
Dom
he came out, they popped too. Yep.
He went from getting booed like Logan Paul for like 2 years to being cheered. Like he's getting cheered. Like there was dueling chants where people were cheering for both him and Penta. Like Dom is, like Dom is over. Like people like I feel like that's because of the growth. Like he's still a snobby cheating heel POS, but like I feel like for people who've been like even for casuals, but like for people who've been watching, like you've seen him grow. Like I remember seeing his first match until now, and I'm like there's nothing but respect for the young man. Like these single matches, he's been killing it. it was funny because I think it was last month or so. Penta was like, yeah, you're my, like he already called Dom his wrestling soulmate. He's like, yeah, we destined to do this shit forever. And it's like, damn, you just got here. You already making him your soulmate. But then you see this match and like, yeah, I need to see them run this back. I want a best of 7. Fuck it. Like, and then eventually shenanigans do happen with interference. But before all the interference, like, it was a very solid ass match. Dom was in his damn bag. My favorite spot was him doing the Oblivion. Like, I did not expect that him pulling out Liv's move, and it looked clean. It looked crisp. I saw someone tweet before we hopped on the pod. It was like, yeah, it's not often you usually the women pay homage to the men's moves. It's not often you see the opposite. So that makes that spot even cooler to me because they're right. It's not often you see the men like. I mean, you've seen Edge do like best finisher, but you don't see that shit often. So I thought that was also really just cool as hell.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah,
shout out Juanita. You know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned shenanigans. We see that Judgment Day comes out. We see Finn, Carlito, the usual JD. But we see El Grande Americano come out and headbutts Penta.
Put some respect on his name. He is the greatest luchador of all time. He originated the wrestling style. No, don't try pressing the button on me, nigga. I see you over there reaching. Yeah, I see you over there reaching. You gonna press the button on me, but you ain't gonna press it on Mr. Sexy Ass lottery voice over there. That's crazy.
Leon Sweet.
Nah. So yes, we see El Grande Cappuccino come out, and he headbutts Penta, which causes Penta to lose the match. I tied this with last month we seen that he did the same thing to Rey Fenix. Is there any parallels here? Am I reaching that they're tying the stories together? I think I saw a report that they wanted to eventually get the brothers together.
There's
pretty soon.
So there's also speculation to where, because there was already rumors that El Grande Americano was going to work Worlds Collide. So someone
disrespectful. That is so disrespectful, bro.
Right?
Jesus Christ,
but
bro.
Hear me out. Like the speculation that I saw is that would be the show where we get a mask versus mask, like Penta versus El Grande, and then you finally get the reveal. Because at the end of the day, this whole let's say it is Chad. I don't think it's Chad, but let's say it was Chad Gable.
I don't think it is either.
I don't think it is either. I think he's his own human being. But let's say it was Chad Gable. This whole thing, this whole arc started by him losing to Penta, him going to Dom, but I need luchador advice. Dom gives him a card. Fast forward, we get a new luchador here. There's a lot of story threads going on, and eventually, I think you're right. I think it is going to play to where at some point Ray is going to have to help, because Chad even name dropped Ray Phoenix, on the Raw, where he's like, "I'm glad your brother lost." So I think at some point, whether it's against Alpha Academy or whether it's against Judgment Day, I think Ray will get involved so that we get the Lucha Bros. But as of right now, Penta's momentum is crazy. He's again, and I sound like a broken record, but he's one of the coolest motherfuckers out right now. He just the aura farming is ridiculous, as the kids might say. But it's top tier, man. I love it.
I do like your threat. I think that does make sense. And it would be dope to do it, in hindsight, as much as it is fucked up. It would be dope to do it at the Worlds Collide event where that is the tie. However, if this motherfucker wins at World Collide, you would never hear the end of it from me.
I almost played Smooth Operator on y'all niggas.
Real quick, this is from Carlin. Dear Greg, I love you and I can't wait for you to come back home from space. Drilling a hole in an asteroid is pretty crazy. Don't get yourself killed. If someone has to sacrifice themselves, don't let it be your black ass. I will never understand why it's easier to teach oil drillers how to go into space than it is to teach astronauts how to drill. But like Saquon Barkley, I respect our office. Love, Carlin.
Wow. Jesus. We're not Saquon. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. Speaking of wild, and just overlong matches and things I don't respect. Gunther versus Pat. Gunther versus Pat motherfucking McAfee. Now, going in initially, it's like, okay, it's goddamn bloodbath. Like, it's Gunther. This is your former world champion. It was not a fucking bloodbath. Now, I remember a while back, it's me and Mr. Heroic back in our early days and whatnot, and there was a particular two wrestlers who were going fucking 50-50. And he's like, I don't ever want to see somebody go 50-50. Fuck no. This doesn't make any sense. No way in fucking hell does Pat McAfee go 50-50 with the former world champion. It doesn't make any sense. This does not make any goddamn sense. Now, was I sports entertained? Abso-fucking-lutely. But this is the ring general, Gunther, the man himself, Mr. Chop himself, Mr. I just bloodied up Big Jim. And at the end of the match here, I'm giving my respect to Pat McAfee? Hey, what the fuck is going on? A tip of the hat to Pat McAfee? He's not even selling the ass. We just standing up looking at him in the face. I just watched you demolish this man's brother. I'm watching Pat McAfee hulk up 6 times in here.
Yeah.
He tried to springboard off the goddamn ropes, almost killed himself. The commentator is doing more work than Big Jim. What the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, it was disappointing. From that standpoint, it was disappointing. I wish Gunther just would have chopped Pat McAfee into oblivion. Like, literally just put him in the corner and just chop him to hell. But I was surprised by Pat's athletic ability in the ring. I will say that.
I will give him that. The endurance to the way how long he was in the ring, I will give him that.
He definitely threw better punches than Master P. In the
sure.
ring, so that was so that was good. And they Hero's probably gonna talk about it too, so I'm not gonna steal his thunder. But
go
go ahead. No, I thought if Gunther would have tapped on a rear naked choke from Pat, now you're washing away.
It's getting egregious.
4 years of work, nigga.
It's getting egregious, bro. This nigga, my head hurts. To me, my wave man. Fuck, bro. We just the history of Gunther, bro. We saw Sheamus, Drew, banger. He's that fucking guy. We see him go on this crazy IC run with 500 plus days, and then loses to Sammy, who he had beat multiple times. Loses to Jay, where he had beat multiple times. He's not supposed to be doing this shit with Pat McAfee, bro. There's no fucking way.
Yeah,
the match went on way too long, and I would be okay with the match going long if Gunther was actually playing with them. If this was he can't take no more, he's just nah, I'm kicking out of pins. I'm not letting him I'm being the aggressor and controlling the situation. I'm cool with that. But this motherfucker Pat had sensu beans, nigga. This nigga was he could not die, bro.
Well,
okay,
Michael Cole did try to sell. He did try to sell all right, just end it. He tried to sell that shit 7 different times before Michael Cole interrupted. But go ahead, Hero.
All right, so I mean, yeah, I said my piece on what I thought this match should be or what I wanted it to be last week. I do agree that it went a little long, but overall, I was happy with the match. The reason why I'm okay with it going, I still think it could have got cut down a little shorter. But the reason why I'm okay with it being as long as it was, with Pat surviving as long as he did, was based off the Michael Cole selling. What Michael Cole was saying on commentary and how it played out to he even tried to help cheat essentially to win. All that was, I don't know, to me that was phenomenal storytelling in the sense of because you don't hear commentators be this passionate. I mean, usually when it's a babyface like Cody beating Roman, that's where you hear the true passion. But this is where you hear or like true passion in the sense of where he's like, I'm telling you guys, I'm openly being biased. Like these are the reasons why I'm being biased. And the way he was cheering on Pat, I don't know. Overall, it was a good match. It was long. I do think Gunther was playing with his food in the beginning, which I think that was part of the story because the people who did beat Gunther, like Michael Cole was saying, was like those were people that he looked past. Those were people that he took as jokes, and those are the people that end up beating him. So that gives you the little inkling that maybe Pat does have a chance. And then once we saw that rear naked chokehold, I was like, oh shit, they're about to do it. They're gonna do this. Luckily, thank God they didn't. But yeah, no, I would have did the ending a little differently. I don't think Pat should have got up. I don't think he should have got up as quick. I'm not mad with Gunther showing the little odd bit of respect. I also could have done without it, but I thought the match was good.
I do like your mention of like Cole selling, right? So Cole was selling, and he was like the dramatic effect to it. And I think like the only reason why I have an issue with like Pat selling afterwards is that like he was selling so hard for Pat, and Pat's still standing, like still up strong. Now, had Pat been on the ground and whatnot, and you see Cole like you did it, like you lost, but I respect that you fought for me. It would have took the dramatic effect in a completely different like direction for me. But when he's like still standing, it's like, well, I guess it still works. Like, but I needed the oh damn, not bloody because Pat's not bleeding on like TV or whatnot, but just more so like damn, like come on man, the shoulder around the
ref
shoulder, yeah, something like that, and that would have like took it to a whole different like place for me personally, especially when it's this dramatic like moment.
And there was too many Hulk ups, like
yeah,
like the last one where he tried to break out of the hold. I'm like, we didn't need that, like because he already had like 3 before that. Yeah, and it's like you guys are making Pat like look really strong, but and also I feel like I said this last week also. It's like as much as I dislike Pat, he's as far as his matches go, he's never been bad in the ring. Like he takes it seriously. He trains, he conditions. Besides that minor slip, he was pretty good looking in the ring. Yeah, I thought he was on time. Yeah, I don't know. I think he did everything well, everything fine. Better than some people who've been wrestling a lot longer. So, but then again, he had a great dance partner as well because Gunther is that guy. So
Gunther is definitely that guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, main event: John Cena, Randy Orton, WWE Championship. Off rip, big pop for Randy. St. Louis, they not gonna hold out on Randy Orton. They did not. Mad love for Randy. Also, Cena's entrance was dope. I like the nod to the St. Louis Rams colorway, like the little Cena and his sports history. I kind of respect that. My first initial thought was that it's still kind of cool to see ruthless aggression era wrestlers still go, right? These dudes came out 03, 04, and now we're 2025 and they're still in the ring today. This is where shit gets a little interesting because this match started off really slow. The pacing was a little off. It was a little ground and pound, old school wrestling, which is fine. And I didn't expect a lot coming out of them as far as like bumps and whatnot. And then we start rapid firing off finishers. We see multiple AAs, the RKOs. And don't get it twisted. Randy has some fire like RKO counters in this match. The one where Cena's come off the ropes was fucking dope. The AA RKO was fucking fire. Like, there's definitely moments where the shit looks fucking was hard. But yeah, it turned into a lot of like spot fest. How did y'all feel about Cena and his impression of Randy Orton?
I thought it was funny.
The whole punk kick, the whole.
I thought it was funny. I was sports entertained by it.
His punk kick did not look athletic,
bro. That shit was awful.
Like he was struggling.
Oh man. We see that Cena goes in early for like the heel tactics. He tries to bring the belt in the ring and whatnot. gets hit by another RKO at that point, and then we get referee bumps. Actually, matter of fact, then we get 2 referee bumps in this match. Shenanigans happen pretty early, and from here, what's our thoughts? You know, what are we thinking? What are we hoping for? What's going on in the heads?
I'm just hoping no Travis Scott. And I wasn't that entertained by the match. I didn't really like the match. I didn't. It was great to see them two work together. That was cool. It's cool to see the Spot Fest. The most entertaining part of the whole match was Randy RKO and pretty much every WWE official in the company. He's going to owe Nick Aldis another $50,000. But it was better than his Cody match. But
that's what I thought too.
It's still, it's cool.
I like how like the ref being knocked out turned this into a no DQ. Like the ref was knocked out for a minute, bro, and they got a lot of shit off. We got announcer table broken, and I like the fact that Randy was like, "No, let me get this spot. I want this spot to actually happen," because the table didn't break all the way on the announcer table, so they went and got the other table. He did it over there. That shit was fucking fire. Ref is still out, by the way. Like I'm not mad at this match. I was definitely sports entertained. But it was like the shenanigans were just crazy, bro. It was like 2 ref bumps. The RKO Symphony was fucking fire.
It was 3 ref bumps technically, because that first ref he took 2 bumps, and then we had that other ref that came in.
That's true. That's true. At what point, like, and maybe I missed this, but why did all the officials come out?
I think Randy was mad at the ref. For
not
being alive,
and then everybody comes out. Like, that's what I thought. I thought I missed something, but I was like, oh, the ref is down. Now I see all this in the ring, and then like Noble and Helms and everybody else in the ring. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it made for a dope spot. I think that was like what they wanted, was him to just fucking
get
let everybody have it. Yeah. And then we see Randy sets up for one last moment, or one last move, or another RKO, and R-Truth shows up. Now I know there was Easter egg with this when Jim was talking to Truth, I think last week, where he was like, "Hey man, stop egging him on. Like, watch out, leave him alone." So it makes sense why Truth was there, but they was like, y'all looking for Travis? We ain't got Travis. We got Timu Travis. Go ahead, Truth.
We're not doing that to R-Truth. We're not doing that to R-Truth. Here, I need you to jump in. Don't let this nigga get that.
I mean,
I'm just joking.
I'm just Tupac.
He did me at Tupac. I got no shots at Truth. Did we like the ending of Truth being involved? Is like, did it make sense? Was it at this point just like, goddamn, get the match over with? Like,
I think
anything with Truth in it makes sense, because he doesn't make sense.
Yeah, he's like the Deadpool of the WWE universe.
Yep.
But I think it makes sense if you, for the people who also watch the post show, where Cena, he gets interrupted by Truth, who's still obviously delusional, and then Cena gives him an AA in the post conference. And now we're going to see a match with Cena and Truth, which to some people that's confusing, but because my wife was confused about it when I was like, well, there was a point in time where Truth was actually like a serious character and he was a heel and they had a beef. And apparently it was a really good feud. I wasn't watching at the time, but people really enjoyed the feud. And I think, as I said, I was like, I want Cena to run the classics. Like, give me a Carlito feud at the time. I still need a Punk match, So I for a random Saturday Night main event, I'm fine with this being the slight feud, and obviously Truth is he's a baby. Like, a lot of people aren't taking Cena's heel run seriously because it's hard to take him seriously because it's John Cena, and he hasn't really done that much scumbag shit. So I think attacking Truth is probably the closest we'll get to like finally getting like legitimate boos from Cena. Besides like people being slightly booing the Cody stuff, but also like people are still like also cheering John Cena and shit. So I feel like him attacking Truth and maybe even brutalizing the fuck out of Truth might actually get some garnish some real heat for Cena to make this heel run taken more seriously, because a lot of people are not taking it seriously.
No, and it actually makes sense because like the heel Cena taking out his number one fan that's been his number one fan in WWE history, like that makes sense. Like that I am interested in seeing like what Cena says to Truth, right? Like you're delusional, like how you're not my fan. Like he's gonna say some crazy shit about Truth.
Childhood hero, I'm younger than you.
How am I your childhood hero and I'm younger than you? Yeah.
You've been stealing my moves, in homage, but that's the problem with like the universe and these fans. Like I'm expecting like, some lore promos for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely looking forward to that. We didn't talk about it, but the finish of the match, he gets like the low blow and he wins the match and whatnot. But he gets on the mic and he says he doesn't need music, cut his music. What he needs is competition. He doesn't need the fans either. Get a look at this because you're looking for the last real champion. And the thing that caught my interest, like he's looking for competition. Who's the competition that he's who's going to be the guy to step up, right? Who's next up after Truth? What are we planning?
Well, shortly after his win, WWE, or maybe it's not, I think it was a TV screenshot, but on CM Punk's Instagram, it said and still champion or something with John Cena, and CM Punk took a picture of it and put "for now" under the picture on his Instagram story. So I'm pretty sure that is sooner than later.
Yeah, and then on Cena's Instagram, he posted a picture of his album cover with an ice cream on it, which people think that's a Punk reference as well, because Punk has bought an ice cream for arenas multiple times and shit. So,
okay.
But since we saw him in that Night of Champions commercial, maybe it's that, or maybe it's SummerSlam. So I would. It's knowing what we know about Punk, I would say let's look for SummerSlam, but we never know.
Yep.
Or maybe even
when is Clash in Paris? Is that July?
August?
Okay.
Or maybe it is July.
I think it's July.
No, I think it's July. Yeah.
There you go.
So, in the event that let's say it's the John Cena versus Punk, right? Is it a possibility that we see Punk beat John?
No. Unfortunately. Mm-mm.
I don't. It was also announced that his last official match will be in December at the Garden in New York. So, yeah, that might be when he loses the title. If he loses the title,
it would be Cody winning at Madison Square Garden, so he can win the title his dad never won in the place that his dad won it but never won it.
Well, I thought it said TD Garden, not Madison.
No. I didn't know there was multiple gardens.
Cena's last show in Boston.
Oh, okay. All right. My
Finish
bad.
the story, Cody.
So we think that like Cena could hold it all the way until December.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And they have been emphasizing this last real champion. Like, and they don't do shit like that like on like accident. They've been heavily emphasizing the last time is now, the last champion, like the last real champion. Are we thinking about a rebrand of like titles and whatnot? Like,
it's possible for a whole new belt,
like a whole new regime coming in. Like not regime, but like a whole new era.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. I have a hard time picturing Cena not like losing his last match. He seems very traditional wrestler to like go go out on your back, pause. So I don't see him like. So yeah, if he is the last world champion, then I could see a world where like whoever takes it off of him, let's say it's Cody, then change it back to the Winged Eagle or some bullshit, so that Cena is the real last champion. I don't know.
Exactly.
That's up to them to figure that shit out. But I have a hard time not seeing Cena like lose his last match. So
he's definitely losing.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know you talked about Braun Breaker being put over, but Is there anybody else? Because in my mind, Braun Breaker doesn't necessarily need to be the one that does it.
What do you mean by, like, is there anybody else to beat Cena to be the next champion?
Put Cena out to pasture. Could it be, okay, really quick. Could it be Randy?
Nah. I don't think so.
Randy gets 15, and then he keeps the legend killer. I know he just lost, but there's nothing to heat that back up.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, they could always run it back. I think it's plausible. It seems like it seems like it's going to be Cody.
Nah, Roman is going to be probably somewhere between after SummerSlam and Survivor Series.
And I only say that because, like, we already know that Roman's, like, contract's coming up. We don't know if he's gonna, like, he's probably gonna resign at some point. But what I mean is that, like, what does that next contract look like for Roman? You know, like
2 years, 50 million. Is he gonna do
2 years, 50 million, 6 dates?
he gonna do NFL running back numbers.
And I only say that because, you know, like, the criticism during Cody's run was that, like, you know, the belt didn't feel as good as it did with Roman and whatnot. So clearly, you know that, like, Roman is the needle mover. Like, you know that when he has the belt and he's in the world title picture, shit starts popping off, right?
Don't say that. You might offend some people.
Respectfully, I don't want to offend anybody, but it's just like, you know, that's you know, that's when shit's popping. That's when everybody's paying attention. And nope, never mind. Take that back. I was like, oh, maybe you should do the rematch, but then, like, you're not running Cody and Roman again, like, not anytime soon.
Nah, Jacob could take it off of him by that time. If you're gonna put the belt on Roman, Jacob could take it off him by that time.
Solo.
If you thought Cody's
or Sammy, like Sammy, we've been talking about Sammy, like, you know, getting his spot in the sun.
Damn. Yeah. Sorry.
No, big ass fire truck.
You probably heard it twice, yeah. Sammy is on Raw. Sammy's probably gonna get that belt soon. I would think he's probably gonna get the World Heavyweight Championship belt soon.
We'll find out. Money in the Bank is coming up.
He's my Rumble winner. Yeah. I know it's still early, but right now I think it's going to be Sammy. I think that's how he eventually gets the title.
I think he might get it before them.
I mean, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I think he's going to get it before then. So either he turns on Jay or Jay gives him, like, you know, a little friendly, you know what I'm saying? A little friendly one-timer. Same way Cody did Kevin.
Yeah, plus, you know, Seth is still doing Seth shenanigans. We don't know if this is, like, they're going to add a member. We don't know if it's going to be them three. We don't know anything about Seth's motivation other than trying to save the WWE right now. So, and that's a story I'm very interested in seeing how it plays out.
The Seth Riders?
Seth Riders. Jesus Christ. All right, we got anything else we want to say before we get out of here?
We got to rate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got to rate it.
Yeah, we do rate it. Out of 5. DT.
3.
I'll do a 3.8.
Yeah, 3. It wasn't bad. There wasn't no matches I was like, damn, why are we fucking watching this shit? But a 3, it's solid. It was definitely serviceable. I was definitely sports entertained for sure. Yeah. Let's just look forward to the next one, which is Money in the Bank. Or no, main event, Saturday night main event.
Saturday night main event.
/ double or nothing.
Yeah, / double or nothing. Yeah. That's gonna be a fucking crazy goddamn episode.
Yeah. You're gonna be hurt in that episode.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. All right. We're gonna get out of
here. Real quick. Dear Mom and Dad.
The last. Oh, shit.
The sea life has been great thus far. Being on this shipping boat has been a life-changing experience. My boss is great. He's really nice. but he's also one of the dumbest some bitches I ever met. He says life is like a box of chocolate and you never know what you're going to get, but I keep telling him, just turn the damn box around. Open the box. The paper's inside. You can see what chocolate is which. Anyway, love, Chester. And that is Slow Jams and Dedications. We'll do this again like around Valentine's Day or something. Ooh,
Slow Jams and Dedication.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to put.
Did you say Valentine's or Valentine's?
Valentine, because it's time to get sexy. I'm gonna need you to put one of your sexiest R&B lo-fi joints on this.
Behind his voice,
behind all of it, just the whole episode. Just nothing. I want y'all to listen to us in the bathtub or while you're doing the laundry, but you gotta like put it in the laundry like sensually. But don't get stuck.
I got you. Be some ad libs after every voiceover. That's also crazy. That nigga's tripping. That's fucking insane.
Said, don't get stuck.
That's fucking insane. Just for that. Anytime a nigga does his little voiceovers, little messages, I'm throwing a little swerve, and just have it echo out.
Thank you guys for listening to the show. Please like and subscribe. write a comments in Spotify. Hit us on Blue Sky. Hit us on Instagram. The Monday Night Wave.
Yep, we're getting out of here, people. Thank y'all once again for tuning in. Episode 69 of the building. Episode 69. Burn. And
oh baby.
Oh
Jesus Christ.
The Hills Have Eyes 6 is going right now.
Okay. Shout out to West Side. But yeah, we're getting out of here. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one. It's been real. Peace out.
Too sweet. Too sweet.
Believe in the wave.